Hey guys, I get a question all the time. What size van do I need to put a new truck mount in? Or I've got a used truck mount and I'm looking on Craigslist, I'm looking on eBay, or I'm ready to go new. What am I looking for? Obviously it really depends on what kind of system you're gonna buy, how heavy the truck mount is that you're gonna be using, how much extra equipment you're gonna put in there, how big your technicians are. I mean, it all matters. So if it were me and I was starting with an entry-level truck mount, I'd want something that's at least a 3/4 ton. That is probably the most common van that we install truck mounts into. Our Warrior, our Chief, unless you go with a dual wand system that's pretty large, it should fit in here with some room to spare. Another thing people ask me is, do they need a spray-in liner? This van doesn't have it, but it's going to get it. As soon as we start to put a truck mount in here, if the customer is willing to wait the extra day, we recommend taking the floor mat out and having a thick protective coating sprayed in the van, not just on the floor, but all the way up the walls. It makes a big difference because your truck mount, even though is not all the time going to be leaking water or anything like that, you are going to spill chemicals from time to time. You're going to have a hose that pops a hole, and before you know it, you've got water everywhere. And I mean, from experience, after 5 or 10 years, these van floorboards are gonna be nothing but rust if you don't have something protecting. And this is not protection. In fact, it makes it worse. This under here gets wet, it's mold city. It just gets wet, it never dries. And you know, it's just, either get it lined or just take this all the way out, because you definitely don't wanna try to install a truck mount on top of that. One of the newer van styles that's starting to be pretty popular, at least for some of the customers of ours here in Atlanta, is the new Nissan high tops. We've got this one here from Tennessee. They're letting us kind of hang out with it. And there's two things that I like a lot about this van, besides the fact that it's tall. The first is, in the front, you actually have room to run your business. You've got extra drawers, places for your laptop, enough room for all your files. You pretty much have a mobile office. There's more room in here than there is in my whole car. The biggest premium for carpet cleaners when they install their truck mounts is space, floor space. And even though height makes a big difference, the real key here is that your walls are square. All your corners are squared off, and you get all this extra space, an extra, I would say, 4 to 5 inches easily you'll have in your alleyway between your reels and your chemical shelves because of the design of these vans. I think they're great, and they're super cheap in comparison to a Sprinter, which is what most guys were thinking they had to do if they wanted a high top. I like the Nissans.